Hello family, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy E, retired in Rome. Guys, when I created this, decided to move things over to this channel, basically because I want to be able to speak freely and not get, you know, some issues with my other channel. And one thing that I know, sometimes I don't have a lid over my mouth, and I get to say some crazy stuff sometimes, and can be offensive. But sometimes you have to, like I say, you got to lead with the whoop, right? And growing up in West Africa, Liberia specifically, my mom, she was very strict, and as I got older, in my 30s and 40s, I really appreciate that woman for being so hard. Like they say, being hard, your mother is hard on you and stuff like that. Being so hard on me and my siblings. And because of that, some of my siblings didn't like her when they got older. But, you know, it was because of her I got my work ethic. I got the business mind. And for a long time, I was like, man, I'm going to be rich when I'm 35. That came and went, not because I didn't try, but because it wasn't the time. And now that I'm 51, soon to be 52, right? Father of a brand new baby girl. Well, she almost 2 now. She'll be 2 in February. And I get to appreciate things differently. One of the guys asked me, he said, if you could do it all over again, would you have a baby at 50? I was like, hell yeah. If I could have all my kids over at 50, man, I would be happy. Now, reason being, financially, I can take care of all of them. I can do it not stressing out about, man, what am I gonna get money from tomorrow to pay for this, to pay for that. Now, over the years, I've been blessed, and I cannot complain. And as I get ready for that journey of retirement, um, I say I'm retired now, even though I still work a 9 to 5, they call it, because of the flexibility that I have in my job. I can technically work from anywhere in the world, and once I, you know, available during work hours, get my job done, get my task done, and be able to make my meetings, everything is good. So, you know, the goal is to retire at 55. Okay? Right now, I am in retirement training. I say retirement training because I am doing everything now that I'm going to do when I retire. So, if I'm not happy, then I guess I need to work a little longer. And as long as I can remember, I always wanted to retire. So I always wanted to not work for somebody. I always wanted to work for myself, be an entrepreneur. Um, and to be successful entrepreneur, you have to work a lot more hours than you would if you're working for somebody. Because think about it, if you're working with somebody, you go to work. When you get out of work, you go home. You're done with work, right? You get paid, and you pay your taxes and all that good stuff, and you're done with that. But when you're an entrepreneur, you're never done with work. You're always looking for a way to bring in more income, um, and more business. And so, I look at it. My other friend told me the other day, man, you're gonna retire at 51. What are you gonna do with your time? I'm like the same thing I do now. Travel, go play soccer when I'm in Colombia, go to the gym, work out, try not to hurt myself like I did the last time. Um, and that's what I continue to do. So I don't see anything different with that. You know, working hard, busting your butt. I mean, I haven't worked hard in almost 6 years. I've worked smart, but not hard. Um, when I was even working multiple jobs, I still wasn't working hard because with my skill set and what I know, it allowed me to just do things that other people would struggle to do because, of course, I've been doing this for over 30 years, almost 30 years. And then when I moved into cybersecurity, it was just, it was like almost doing the same thing because I work on the security side of engineering because I dealt with firewalls. I didn't do routing and switches. I didn't like that. But firewalls, all of the security tools, endpoint security tools, I was doing that while even knowing I was doing security work. So when I made that transition to security, it was easy because I've been doing it all along. But now that I'm, getting to the point where I'm like, I want to retire, the main thing that I see um, is expenses. And the one thing I do, um, I track my expenses. And I was just looking over my expenses in Colombia, right, this year. And with this year, I added the apartment that I bought, which is paid for, but I still have to pay association dues. I have to pay light, water, gas. I have to pay my people, my team that work for me. When the apartment is rented, I have to pay people to go and clean the apartment. When it's not rented, I have a property manager who oversees the apartment, make sure everything is okay, and all those things because I don't live in Cartagena full time. I live in Villavicencio and in Atlanta, Georgia. So now that I'm like, you know what? I want to make this move. I'm looking to get another property, probably in Barranquilla, and maybe even two properties in Barranquilla. One I want to live in full time, and the other I want to rent. Maybe on Airbnb. Not maybe, but on Airbnb, and sometimes I do direct booking. But I think with those two properties, um, especially the one in Cartagena, I can. I mean, right now that property pays for my Colombia expenses. So I was just looking at the expenses for the last couple of months, and this month everything is paid except for my manager, right? And she get paid in the next couple of days. But on average, right, like this month is $1,172. The last month is $1,144. And this is just light water gas for both apartments, internet for both apartments. Of course, the apartment in Cartagena, I pay the HOA dues, which is like $90 something. It's not even $100. Um, and then the water, I don't know, and the water is $93. I don't know why the water bill is so high. I think I put that in the wrong place. That gotta be so high. And that's for this is for the apartment in Cartagena. So the water bill was $93, but that's still high. And the water bill in my apartment in Villavicencio was $50. But that's just the last 2 months, right? And I decided to separate the bills because I used to add all these bills to my monthly bill. And now I'm like, you know what? I need more definite figure, right? So if I was to take out the other apartment in Villavicencio and say, you know what? I'm just gonna live in Cartagena. So my expenses for internet is like $30 a month. Let me see, where is it? Internet is $34 a month in Cartagena. It costs a little bit more. Light, it's about $278 a month for light. HOA dues is $93. and gas is $26. Water was 93, and then of course, if I decide to live there, then I no longer need an apartment manager. Because the other apartment I paid $370 a month for my other apartment in Villavicencio. So if I decide to let the apartment go, that's over half of this expenses will be gone. So, um, I mean, this is two apartments, right? Two apartments, utilities and stuff for two apartments. Um, and let me show you guys this because I'm like, and we just talking. So this right here, let me move this down. And this is groceries, what I spend every month. Laundry detergent. This is not accurate, but it's there. Um, this is the bill, right? You see the apartment, the rent, internet, light, um, gas is cheaper there, and HOA dues, of course. So this is the Cartagena bills. So I need to change the colors on this stuff here. Let me make it bigger. And I need to change the color to that. No, I'm already using that color. Yeah. So this is the Cartagena bills. It's different. Color is different. Villavicencio is different. Now at some point, I'm gonna separate these two next year. Starting from next year, I'm gonna separate these two. And this is what came in for Airbnb. So technically, right, this is what came in for Airbnb this month. And it could have been more except there was an issue in the apartment. And the guests had to leave. So that ended up being, instead of making 200 a month this month, we ended up making 1,000. And of course, then I have to come out of my pocket with this different amount to pay my tenant, my manager, my tenant. I'm talking crazy. But we went. I had a lot of the days blocked out because the apartment was rented to somebody else, even though they left. So I had the days blocked out. I could have unblocked those days and rented out, but I just blocked the days out, right? And of course, some of this number is less because I didn't really. Once I look at the amount and it's the same amount or less, I don't change it. I just leave it. So. And this is the same estimated amount for the next month, right? So the rent for Villavicencio is going to be, this is just the regular price because the dollar, when the dollar is lower. So I'm going to make this payment sometime this week. So depending on what the amount is for the dollar, maybe $10 different or so difference when I pay the amount. I might pay 2 months for this month and next month, and then I can save $6 or $4, whatever it is. And you don't know if the rate is going to go up or down next year. So I might just pay for this year and next year and be done with it. All right, let me get this out of the way. So guys, now I know a lot of people tell you guys, oh, it costs a lot of money to live overseas and it costs a lot to live in Colombia. Now, you can live, let's say, take for instance, you live in the apartment where you were paying. Now, this is two separate bills. Two separate bills. So even if you are paying, and the reason the light bill is high because that's a Stratus 4 and a Stratus 5. The apartment in Cartagena is a Stratus 5. The one in Villavicencio is a Stratus 3, Stratus 4. Stratus 4, Stratus 3, if I'm not mistaken. It's in there somewhere. But if you had to live overseas, let's say, we're talking about Colombia, because maybe some other time I'll do one in DR. I don't really track stuff like this in DR, but maybe I need to do one in DR. But if you move overseas, right? Like I tell people all the time, $1,500 is what I actually spend every month um, in Colombia. Now that's not including the income that comes from the Airbnb, right? That's just what I pay every month in Colombia. $1,500. Now, um, my apartment, my daughter, mom have 3 other kids. They live in the apartment, and when I'm not there, they're not there. So it's me, her, and 4 kids, right? The baby, the 3 other kids, 16, 13, 14, 12, 11, somewhere in there. They're all little, teenagers. So that's a lot of mouths to feed. But with that, right, $1,500 a month, right, for 6 people, 2 adults. I'm there, you know. But 6 people, $1,500 a month. Can you live in the United States for 6 people, $1,500 a month? Now, if I wasn't paying for the apartment there, so you would deduct the $380, you deduct the $30 for internet, the $90 for light estimated, gas. The light go up and down. Gas, water, right? That is 400, 500, almost $600. Almost $600 will be removed from that. So, and I got an HOA to do, right? So that's 600, 7, 8, 850. So let's say if you were paying for an apartment in Colombia, plus your light, water, gas, internet, all that stuff, even in Cartagena, you would still be paying this much. Now, not in the Stratus 5, maybe in the Stratus 3, you'll be paying $1,100 a month for light, water, gas. This is not including the food, light, water, gas, and all that good stuff. Now, when I go to the supermarket, I spend about $250 every month, and that gets supplies. Sometimes when I'm there more than a month, I spend about $250 in the supermarket, and that would get rice maybe for 2 or 3 months. 3 months, right? I get the big bag of rice, and then buy other stuff that she would need for the house. But if I was going to the supermarket every week, I might be spending maybe $50 a week in the supermarket, right? Now, when I go grocery shopping, if I take $100 to grocery shopping right now, which is about 400,000 pesos, I can buy enough groceries from the farmers market, which I made videos on that on my other channel, my main channel, The Life of Edwin Ford. You can go and get groceries, fruit, chicken, all that stuff for the whole month for about $100. Yeah. Oxtail. Now I got her eating oxtail. We got a whole thing of oxtail, this long, oxtail. That thing wasn't even like $15 for the whole tail. Not like they said about a pound, but for the whole tail, I think it was like 7,000 to 8,000 pesos for the whole tail. That's not even $20. Over here in the U.S., you guys know what it costs. But so as I plan for retirement now, guys, I've been doing this calculation. This go back about 3 years. I've been doing this calculation. Now I just added the apartment, my Airbnb apartment, to this year. So I just added that this year. But before that, the years before that, those apartment was not there. And the apartment I was living in Colombia, I was paying a whole lot less. I was paying probably about maybe like $80 less per month. Um, yeah, looking at some other stuff over here, I get distracted. But I was paying about $80 or more or less every month, and I have a card there. So my car insurance, um, I believe is considered to be liability. But my liability insurance on my car is about $130, which I pay every year, and this is not added um, to this thing. At some point, I will need to add it and break it down by the month, even though I pay every year. I will need to add it and break it down by the month, and then gas, because I don't really drive a lot. I don't really go a lot of places, so I'll fill up. When I fill up, that full tank will last me the entire time I'm there. Um, Except if we're going out to another beach, to another city that a couple of hours away, then maybe I would have to fill up um, again. But like now, I mean, I can fill up. The tank is $25 or less. I think it's like $20, $25. Just depends on the rate, and that should enough to last me until until I get back to the U.S. or go back to Colombia. But a lot of things have changed in the last few months, so of course, I'm looking into getting another apartment in Barranquilla. I like Barranquilla. I like soccer. Colombia's played all the games there, so it makes it easy for me to go to the games and do other things. But guys, remember to like and share the content. Subscribe to the channel. This was just on my mind today, and I was like, I'm gonna make this video. I can't promise to make videos every day on this channel. This is a brand new channel, even though I have 965 subscribers in here. But I had other things on this channel for some time, and it's still here. I'm not taking nothing off. This is part of the channel, the heritage of this channel, so I'm not going to take it off. But as I build this channel and grow this channel, I need your support to like the content, share the content. If you like the content, like the content. If you don't like the content, you don't like the content. But I see people living in the U.S. struggling, and they're making $3,000-4,000 a month, but they're struggling. And some of these folks are retired folks, right? They're eating cat food and all this other stuff. It is so easy to go to other countries and live a real decent life, healthy life, and don't have to worry about nothing. I mean, in Atlanta, from Atlanta to Bogota is 4 hours direct flight. So if with an emergency, if I go to the hospital there, if there's something that I need to travel back to the U.S., I'm just 4 hours away, And the last time when I went to the gym, I was working out, I was looking at these chicas. There was some fine ass bitches in the gym. Fine women, okay? And my old ass, I hadn't been to the gym for almost what, 6 weeks? And I see these girls in the gym, and I'm like, you know what? I'm about to get it in. I'm about to show these women that, I got it. Your boy still got it. I was in the gym hitting it hard, man, doing chest, right? I did that. They had this machine that when you hit it, it kind of separate, divide that muscle. So when I take my shirt off, the girls were like, "You sure you 50 years old?" I'm like, "Yeah, 50 years old. I be in the gym." I did that stuff so hard. Like 2 days later, I get all this contraction in my chest, and I feel like, oh shoot, I'm about to have a heart attack. Not knowing, right? I went almost a week with this, right? Until I was talking to one of the chick I was talking to. She's a pharmacist. She said, Edwin, you need to go to the doctor because every time I talk to you, you tell me your chest hurting and you don't want to go to the doctor. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to the doctor. So I called one of my friends in Cartagena. I'm like, hey, Olga. I said, what you doing? She said, nothing. I said, I need your help. She said, what you need? I said, I need to go to a doctor. She said, well, just go to the emergency room. I said, no, I don't want to go to the emergency room. For one, I don't speak English. I don't want to go somewhere where they're going to be giving me a run around. I want to go to like a private clinic, one of the best clinics you guys have out here. And I can just talk to somebody, pay what I need to pay, and go see the doctor. She said, okay, sure. So she looked around. She said, but we can go to the hospital. So when I talked to my daughter's mom, she was like, no, don't go to the hospital. Go to the doctor. And right around the corner, because I'm close to the Hilton, if you walk around the Hilton, there's what do you call it, Castillo Grande, and in Castillo Grande, there's a bunch of hospitals there, bunch of clinics there. And she took me to the best clinic in Castillo Grande. And I went there. They're like, you got insurance? I was like, yep, I got insurance. They're like, yeah, but you got to pay, and then when your insurance pay, we'll get your money back. I had the same issue with Evie's mom when we went to give birth in Bogota. We pay the money, we pay whatever the estimated costs are going to be. In the end, they were supposed to give me some money back, and up until this day, I've never gotten that money back. I don't know if she got it or not, but they give her a run around. So if she got it, that's fine. I don't care. But at some point, I was like, you know what? The hell with it. It's only, I think it was like 800,000 pesos they were going to give. They were going to give back. 800,000 pesos they were going to give back. And that's for another time. I'll talk about that another time. But anyway, so I ended up going to the doctor. They did some tests. Doctor asked me a bunch of questions. Doctor spoke English, so that was cool. He asked me a bunch of questions. He did a bunch of tests, and he said, Edwin, you're not having a heart attack. It looks like you have a muscle tear. I was like, huh? He said, yeah. You just say you went to the gym. I was like, yeah, I went to the gym, but would it make it do that? And I having like little spasms, and my muscle was just doing like this, contracting. I'm like, man, that stuff was nerve-wracking. So they give me some medicine for pain, medicine for, to the contraction, muscle relaxer. And within a week, man, all of that stuff was gone, right? And then they give me another prescription to do like a 24-hour thing and all that. And at the end of the day, right, I spend, I think, about $100. I spent $100, right? They did EKG, some bunch of other tests, and I spent $100. And I was in and out of there within 2 hours. And I was happy. And of course, in Colombia, whenever you help, especially in Cartagena, I won't say in Colombia, especially in Cartagena, because my friends in Villavicencio, they help me do stuff. And of course, they wear it off. When I say wear off, they're making $20,000 a year, $30,000 a year, so they're living a good life. They'll wear off, right? They're not expecting me to give them anything, even and I don't even think about, okay, I may give him, he helped me get my car jump, let me give him $5, no. But if in Cartagena, if anybody do stuff for you, they expect, even though they might not ask for it in some cases, but they expect you to, give them something. It's just one of those cities that, that people like, okay, this is a touristy city. So they live on that. They go on that and make sure they get what they can from us as tourists. But, I give her, I think it was like $50 because she had to leave work, and then she came with another friend of hers. I don't know why, but she came with another friend of hers that went with me to the doctor. He spoke a little English also, but she was the only one in there with me because I know her for a couple of years now. It's been more than a couple of years, about 3 or 4 years. And she was pretty good people. So she wouldn't know me when the doctor was asking questions. You're like, you come? I'm like, yeah, it's fine, It's just asking questions. If I'm gonna die, or I'm an old man anyway. I'm 50 years old, 51 years old. So I don't care. You can hang on me. So she was there, and then in the end, I was like, you need to go back to work. I'll just take because I knew exactly. I knew the era. My friend have an apartment in Castillo Grande. I can walk. Which I ended up walking back. I walked to the supermarket after that, and then I walked back to my apartment in El Aguito. But and the experience that I had since I've been down there, I made some good friends down there, and those guys they all we all like retiree. Or I'm not retired yet, but retiree or people that plan to retire or people that just go there because they got property there, so they go there every 2 or 3 weeks, every month, every other month. I was there the whole time I was there. There was a couple of guys that came and then they went back at their own place. They would come spend a couple of days, 2 3 days. Sometimes they spend a week and then they leave, and then they come back. You know, Even though for me when I left the U.S., I was like, I want to be around. I don't want to be around Americans, right? But sometimes it's just good to be around Americans and that understands the culture where you at, right? Not people who leave and be like, man, this stuff is whack. Man, if you don't like it, go back home, right? If you think it's so bad, go back home. But there's nowhere you can live for $30,000 a year in this United States and live a rich man's life as you would anywhere in South America or anywhere else in the world for crying out loud, right? Now, guys, the intention was not to make this video long. And of course, as things go on, time go on, I will share with you guys my portfolio. Now, you're not gonna see, if you want to see my actual portfolio, check out Dividend Passport Bro, which is my other channel, my investment channel. I want to talk about investments in there. That channel is specifically to help people like you guys, people who want to retire and don't know how they're gonna do it because they don't have any ways and the means. They don't have other resources. So I talk about investing and teaching people how to invest. I do one-on-one. Starting in January, that's gonna come with a price because it's coming a lot of work. I get a lot of people reach out to me all the time asking for help. So now I'm gonna start charging. So only the serious people is gonna contact me. If the people are not serious, they ain't gonna reach out because hey, if you wanna do a consultation, then you gotta pay, right? Because before it's free, people are like, oh, Edwin, okay, we're gonna sync up. We'll sync up, and then they don't call. They will tell me, oh, I'm gonna get back with you after I don't spend 30 minutes of my time collecting information from them, and then they never respond back to the stuff I get them to do so we can get to the next level. But if you pay for stuff and you don't want to do it, then that's up to you. You lose your time, that's it, right? But it don't hurt me. I mean, I'm already half a millionaire. That was funny. I'm always half a millionaire. So all the guys in Colombia, they call me, what's the dude name, the old guy? I just went blank, right? Warren Buffett. They call me the Black Warren Buffett because every time we get together, I'll be like, yo, man, you need to invest. Da, da, da. Man, I don't want to hear about that stuff. We already retired. I'm like, okay. Because you retire, you don't need more money, right? My investment growing every day, right? To where technically I can just say, you know what, I'm done. I'm just going to chill out. But this is not for this channel. So, but eventually I'm gonna bring in a little teaser and show you guys. Say, look, this is where I'm at. If you want to get to this, watch the other channel, right? This is all fun and relaxed and stuff like that, right? And I don't want to be all uptight. I'm not an uptight guy. I'm not a guy who wears suits. I got some nice suits in my closet behind me there, but I'm not a suit guy. I'm a t-shirt guy, McAfee. I'm a nerd, okay? But we're going to have fun on this channel, guys. As I grow this channel, we are going to have fun, okay? I love you guys. Stay out of trouble. Like and share the content, okay? As I grow, this is my new chill channel. As I grow my chill channel. Now, if you guys want to know about me and my family, what's going on, check out the life of Edwin Ford, okay? And then I have another channel that I do shorts, right? And that is the life of Edwin Ford, all in the the life of Edwin Ford and then shorts. But I'm gonna do a reaction on that channel also. So that's my reaction channel. Can you imagine me doing reaction videos, cussing and laughing and stuff? But this is things that I'm doing now. So when I retire, I can spend time doing this stuff, and that will keep me occupied for 3-4 hours a day working on all these channels, right? That will be my job, and I can write it off because I have a business. But like I said, we ain't gonna talk about that today, okay? I get to talking, I can just go from one thing to the next. Guys, I love you guys. My baby's gonna be here in an hour. I gotta go to the airport and pick her up. I had to put a new battery in my old Mercedes for her to drive while she's here. Yeah, it's a 2007 ML350. It have over 240,000 miles. Paid for. Yeah, I bought that car almost 13 years ago. But that's what my baby drives when she's here. She got a car in university, but when she's here, that's what she drives. And I just bought a Bentley for Evie, my 21-month-old. I bought her a Bentley. But you're gonna see the Bentley. It's a toy car, guys. I bought her a Bentley. And also I bought me a Corvette. I bought me a 2000 coupe, 2020. Wait, 2020, so I can even talk. 2020 Corvette Stingray. And I'm gonna show you guys my Stingray. If y'all wanna see my Stingray, y'all say, yo, everyone wanna see your Stingray. I wanna buy me well, it's not brand new, it's brand new to me. It's a red 2020 Corvette Stingray coupe. Okay, guys? So your boy is doing things, all right? I'm living my best life in Colombia. I'm living my best life in the United States of these America. And if you're depending on Social Security, it might not be around by the time you get to old enough to retire. Okay, put money in your 401k. Do your own thing for yourself. So just in case, if you get to retirement age and you can collect Social Security, it will still be there for you. But, and then that can be your limbo fund, because Social Security gonna be my limbo fund. I don't know if I'm in Colombia, I can't buy no Lambo out there. They sure gonna jack me. But if I'm living in the U.S. and still living in Colombia, going back and forth, DR, I'm gonna have me a Lambo. Just like I got a Corvette, I'm gonna buy me a Lambo in I'm 51 now, 52 next year. So in 10 years, so 11 years. In 11 years, when I stop collecting Social Security, I'm gonna give me a Lambo. Now I gotta get a truck. Of course, I ain't gonna be in a little compact thing. The Corvette, yeah, I can do that. It's alright. It's comfortable. But anyway, guys, let me stop talking shit. I love you guys. Investing your future is what I always say on my other channel. But retired in Rome, that's what we're gonna do. So to be able to do that, you need money. So do invest in your future so you can be able to retire in Rome with your boy. Oh, and another thing is, my friend, he just hit me up. He said, yo, bro, I want to go to Brazil. I want to go to Thailand. I was like, okay, let's do it. So next year, some of these videos I'm making now, I will be making it from these places. Now, I might go to Brazil, love it there, and be like, you know what? I'm going to give Colombia some break, some time. Okay, guys? Anyway, enough. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out. Love.